everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now I am back at Porsche Mechanicsburg here on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, PA. I have the sun shining directly in my face. It is a beautiful November day here in central PA, and I have a pretty cool car behind me. This is a 2023 BMW M4 competition convertible. This is sort of the middle of the range now that the CSL is out of the M4 range. This has a 3-liter inline-6 twin turbo, 503 horsepower, and 479 foot-pounds of torque. It goes 0 to 60 in a little bit over 3 seconds. I think it looks absolutely fantastic in this spec and in this trim. The convertible adds the top-down experience to go with it as well, but BMW M's have always been my favorite. My dad had BMWs growing up. The M5 will always be my favorite, but the M3 and the M4 are a close second. Now, this car comes in 2 varieties, and you can even get this in a manual transmission. This car has the automatic. The competition trims are automatic and all-wheel drive only, a rear bias all-wheel drive. But you can actually get this car in the M4 in a manual transmission. The power is a little bit down, about 474, which is still not bad. I mean, this car has 500 horsepower. That is more horsepower than the 911 that I drove last week, which I'm still thinking about. It just blew my mind. So we're gonna get this thing out on the road. We're gonna poke around it. So let's take a look at the M4 competition. Talk about the M4, we have to talk about the styling up front first, but this car is finished in the shadow black, and the competition M4 trim has black everything. You have the black M4 competition badge on the grille, and let's just talk about the grille. It's big. I like it. I mean, have you seen a new Audi RS3? I mean, the grille is just as big. Now, this is what all new M cars get as far as the new M badge. And I just like there's a lot going on in this hood. There's little indents right there, but this is still a beautiful car. If we just go around to the side view, these rims are absolutely gorgeous. Now this does, from first glance you can't notice, but this has offset rims, 19s in the front and 20s in the back. So this is a full M car, M competition. So this has the upgraded suspension, the upgraded brakes. This has the upgraded, red calipers. I mean, look how big those brakes are. They're absolutely huge. And I love what BMW does with the competition wheels. This looks like the wheel of the previous generation M3 competition and M4. There's your badge on the side that says M4 competition in black. Everything is blacked out. There's your typical M mirrors. There's your rag top right there. We're gonna get that down. I don't know if we'll drive it with the top down, but we'll see. But just look at these LED headlights. BMW has gone through a lot of iterations of the angel eyes, and this I think is a good one. But just look at all the detail of these headlights. There's your sort of surround right there. But that is a gorgeous headlight. So, I mean, this is a big car. I mean, and this car is for sale for about $103,000, which is surely a lot of money. But you get a lot of performance, the M pedigree that goes with this. Now, I really like what BMW has done with their styling lately. Yes, there are some controversial cars, but I don't think this one is that controversial except for the grills in the front. So there's your sort of sweeping taillights right there. There's your huge 4 exhaust right there. I mean, this is the big boy M4. 4 exhaust. We'll definitely start it up to see what that thing sounds like with the 6-cylinder. Yeah, I think it's a good looking car. There's the blacked out badge. Again, right there, M4 competition with the mirror out of the rear BMW roundel right there. I mean, it's a good looking car. Really, anymore for a 2023, the only competition for the M4 competition is the C63, but that is now a 4-cylinder. Why'd you do it, AMG? So you still have lots of power, 500 horsepower. This is the X-Drive all-wheel drive system to go with the 8-speed automatic transmission, not a dual clutch, but that's okay. But Audi does not offer a convertible version of the RS5 here in the US, I don't think, and I don't think the C63 is out in the US just yet either. So this is a lot of car and a lot of horsepower, and one of the only options unless you want to spend a lot more to get something like a Porsche 911 convertible or a couple other cars in this segment too. But all right, let's take a look at the engine. All right, now here is the engine of the M4 competition. Now these look a little bit different than the previous generations. Before they had sort of like some fake carbon going up the engine cover right here, but this is so incredibly clean and beautiful. They must have just cleaned it. Nice and shiny, glossy. Lots of strut bars there to keep that bad boy down. I mean, this thing will go 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, which is a lot. I mean, this car has 503 horsepower, which is a very, very healthy number. BMW also still offers their twin turbo V8s in their M5 and their X5. We all know they're going towards electrification. I don't think this one will be one in the next few years, but I mean, this is a 23. I think this is the first 2023 that I have had the chance to poke around, but there's the engine right there. Definitely a strong engine. Now, if I was in the market for a car like this, I think I might just save the extra 20 horsepower and go with the M4, the base M4 with the manual transmission. I know the automatic would be faster, but a manual transmission in a car that has about 475 horsepower, would be so much fun to drive, so much power. Rear wheel drive too. I think the base one you can only get rear wheel drive, not the X drive like this one has. Like the competition has the all wheel drive and the more power and the automatic, but I really think I might go for the manual with 20 less horsepower. 474 is still pretty good, but still this is a very healthy motor. So let's take a look at the trunk real quick. All right, now this is the key to the M4 right there. Still has these same M colors in the back there. Now let's just take a look at the trunk. That pops open with a hold of the button, and guess what? The trunk is not very big. I guess you have the top that fits in there a little bit, but again, you're not buying this for the trunk space. I'm sure you could fit a set of golf clubs in there. I mean, that sort of really hinders your space right there. You can still get some stuff down in there, but yeah, this back diffuser just looks so aggressive. These tips are way bigger than I thought they'd be. We're almost approaching like fist size here, everybody. So let's get inside the thing and see how this thing sounds. Trunk, not bad. You can hold some stuff in there, but let's start it up and see how it sounds. Okay, I will say that sounded pretty good. I said this before in the Porsche video. It's kind of, 6 cylinders do not sound, basically just, they don't sound as good as V8s, but I think that sounds really good. You got to get into the M mode with the exhaust button on, but I think it still sounds pretty decent for a car like this. But just look at this side profile. I think it looks really good. These wheels are absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite wheels, I think, on the market. So let's check out the interior, which is really, really very nice as well. So you've got a kick plate right here that says M4. Now, if I was in the market for a car like this, I would spec this out almost exactly like this car is spec'd out. Anyway, this has carbon fiber everywhere. These shift paddles feel very nice, and there's almost like a little textured feel on the back of it. I really, really like that. This does have the 8-speed, but you have the carbon fiber on the steering wheel here. There's your heated wheel right there on the wings right there. There's no carbon on the door, that's fine, but this business right here in the middle, that feels so nice. And this leather does feel so unbelievably nice. There is your carbon going up the dash right there. Now, I just reviewed a couple brand new BMWs as well, the i4 and the iX, and they have a new system that BMW does where they're sort of like a consistent 2 screens right here, but this 3 Series has not got that tech yet, but that is not a bad thing. You have a 12-inch screen right here in front of you, which is plenty huge for a 3 Series like this, and then you have your all-digital display right here. So let's just start it up. Now this is the start button right here, so here we go. There we go. Now, I've said this in many of the cars that I have just reviewed, but they have your special M button, which goes through your attack modes, we'll say. You can program them to have your personalized settings for your suspension, your exhaust. So there is M1 and M2. You could have M1 in all of the comfort settings, and then you could do M2 in your all-out attack mode. So let's see what they have for M1 and M2. I mean, you can personalize them as much as you want. Now, over here is the iDrive system. Now, there's your exhaust button right there. That's how you can get the sound a little bit more throatier. But if you go into the M mode, I'm gonna press that right there. That changes your dash to like full out attack mode. If I just blip the throttle a little bit, I mean, that is, wow. That feels like raucous and raw, like it really wants to go. Now, it says your M4 right up there. That looks fantastic. Now, I really really like the setup of this layout where you have everything, looks like a fighter jet. So let's just turn M mode off to go back into the normal settings. Now here you have your speedometer on the left and your tachometer on the right and your map in the middle. And I think you can go through several things on the screen as well. Here's your volume for the radio right here. There's a button where you can go through a couple different things on the screen right there. Now this is BMW's latest iDrive system, which I've reviewed many cars that have this, and the screen is not as wide to show the titles all through there, but this is nice information. There's your nav, there's your music, there's your calendar, but this is cool. Setup Sport Plus for your tachometer, Sport in your suspension, Sport steering, brake sports, not engine data. When I hit the throttle a little bit, it'll give you information about the car. That's almost like an RS mode as well, but that is pretty cool. Engine data, tire data, apps, nav. I mean, it's just kind of cool. And the screen is very nice resolution. Both screens, this one is nice and this one is very nice as well, but all the metal feels nice in here. I love this sort of texture on the buttons right there. You can tell where BMW is going with the technology. I just saw a video where the new i7, the new all-electric 7 Series, and the technology that is on that car is absolutely insane. Like really one of the most technologically advanced cars in the market, almost better than the Mercedes EQS. So BMW has come far as their technology goes, and I think this car is no exception. Obviously, this is more of the sporty car as opposed to all-out tech with the electric power and everything. But I mean, this could be the swan song for the all-gas powered M3 and M4. I mean, the M3 is the sedan version of this, the M4 is the coupe version. But the value of these cars could go up in the near future because who knows what the next M3 and M4 are gonna be. I mean, the M4 CSL has just come out, which is the hardcore track version. It has like 40 more horsepower than this. I mean, you're up like 540 horsepower in a car that is like 3 Series coupe size, which is now the 4 Series. But the execution of this is nice. The qualities are first rate in here. The carbon fiber everywhere, the full extended leather. I think it just looks fantastic. So very nicely done by BMW. The quality feels nice. I mean, that is typical of the Germans. The quality is just the best for the Germans. They really, really know what they're doing as far as making a car with the materials to go along with the 500 horsepower underneath your right foot. So let's put the top down and see what that feels like. So here is the M4 with the top down. I think it looks great. I mean, I really do think this is a good looking car. I think the exhausts are huge. They're way bigger in person. I don't know if I've seen one of these in person, as opposed to, you see pictures all the time. But this thing looks aggressive and mean as hell, and everything with the black trim looks pretty good. This is quite a performer too. I mean, this isn't a lot of money for cars. It's over $100,000, about 103 grand. But you are really getting a lot of performance to go with this, and I'm very excited to sort of compare. Like, okay, I just drove that Porsche 911. That was $170,000, but that was pretty much the perfect car. I want to see sort of how this feels compared to that. I think this might be similar in weight. I mean, it's similar in power. Love the headlights. I'm okay with the big grills. I think it looks good. I think this car does really look fantastic in the black as well to go with the competition wheels. But yeah, this is the M4 competition. So this is gonna complete my walk around of a 2023 BMW M4 competition convertible. This car has a lot going for it. The performance, the looks, the BMW M heritage. Now we're gonna see what it's like as a driver's car. And I have high hopes for driving this thing. So if you are interested in this exact car, please go see my buddies here at Porsche Mechanicsburg on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, PA. They've been very gracious to me. Big thank you to them for giving me access to this car. Go buy this car from them. I think this could be a fantastic car for you. Now, if you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right here. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at GemmyD on Cars. Let's get this thing on the road. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.